talking about a broke man shouldn't be trying to date anyone. And you know what? They 100% right. The only problem I have with this is that I had to find out the hard way. I feel like a lot of women think like this, but they will still date you in the meantime because they just want to have a boyfriend. Like if you just hear how they talking, how come the men don't want to date? They want to be chased. They want to be with their homeboys. They don't want to be men. They won't even leave a motherfucker alone so they can actually get their life together because they just gotta have some attention, right? That's the only problem with it. The man gotta find out the hard way that this is how they feel when it's not even that necessary, if you ask me. But it is what it is.
I feel like a lot of women don't do rich right. Like, if I were rich, I would recruit other rich women and we would come together and we would put together a fund where basically we save so much money, we start buying up towns. And we would buy towns all in the same area so they can kind of be connected and just make one big town. And in that town, it would be a town that is only for women. No men allowed, not even boy dogs. This will be a town so full of femininity that it would be a paradise. It would be quite literally.
You know what's funny about this? I told y'all before that women act like racist people. What's the difference between that and a white only town? Wasn't that just trending not too long ago? Notice how they shut that shit down because it didn't work. Nobody gives a fuck. People with the weirdest mindsets think that people want to be around them. They delusional and confused. That's exactly what this is. The same way racists say, make America great again. A lot of women say they don't make the man like they used to. But the further you go back, the worse it was. Don't make sense, do it. But this is what we up against right here. But on top of that, right, they got prisons full of women all around the country. But in their mind, if it was only women, it would be a paradise. No, it would be more delusion and confusion because this right here is some bullshit.
I don't give a fuck what no nigga say. How the fuck do a nigga love you and you don't got no stuff? You don't got no stuff. Love is an action word.
They believe in the words more. How does he love you if you don't have stuff? If you listen to them talk most of the time with women like this, they sound like they just want stuff from a man. They want everything but a man, so they end up with everything but that. And they still try to act like we the reasons why they can't find what they truly looking for from a man. Soon as they get everything, then they say, that's not enough. I still have to put myself first. Just because he's a good man and does everything, it doesn't mean you have to choose him. And that's right too, but this right here is just manipulation. This is the laziest form of it too. I don't think nobody's falling for this bullshit. It just makes you look like an unattractive person, but that's just me, right? Nigga can easily just pay to have access to you and convince you that this is love, but he don't gotta convince you. You already believe it, or you trying to convince us.
We went 50-50 and I went to work and he went to work. But guess wasn't 50-50. Dishes wasn't 50-50. The laundry wasn't 50-50. The cleaning wasn't 50-50. And that's an everyday motherfucking job. I come home and they got food on the table, got.
So basically, you suck at dating. She literally said, I went 50. No, she said we went 50-50. But then you describe how you did more. So that wasn't 50-50, that was 90-10. Why do y'all have 50-50 conversations when it's really 90-10 conversations? And nobody told y'all to sign up for that. Nobody told y'all to change the definition of a partner just because you accept a nigga who ain't one for real. And then because you get with men who ain't partners for real, you convince yourself this is why I shouldn't be a good partner, but now you just like the nigga. So who you gonna end up with for real? Be realistic with yourself.
Girls, here's a tip for you so that y'all can stop being male-centered. The more mean you are, the more useless you are, the more men will actually do what you tell them to do.
I thought the advice was to not be male-centered, but you saying be more mean and be more useless. More than y'all already preaching that y'all want to be. You don't want to be a man's mother or maid, but you want a traditional man to provide. Y'all want a man to do everything while y'all just turn y'all brain off is what they saying, right? But ain't that what y'all already doing? And you're getting what you're getting because of it. Y'all think y'all gonna be this way and attract a man who actually care about you. It's a reason why they get the exact man they end up with. You sitting here trying to act like the goal is to not be male-centered. Right? And then you acting like being mean is how you do it. Y'all already being this way. You're not improving nothing. You just trying to figure out how to get stuff from a man still. So you're the same manipulator you always been. Nothing is really changing.
Y'all know what piss a nigga off? If he texts you and be like, I miss you, just heart it. Don't say I miss you back. Don't say nothing back. Just heart it. Then he gonna text you something else. Just heart it. He gonna be like, why? Quit hearting my stuff.
You know what? This is funny because it's almost like you know who this dude is already. So you just playing games on purpose. And it's weird because as somebody who don't play games, if I'm in a relationship or a situation with somebody and I say I miss you and they just heart it, that's just gonna be that. It ain't gonna be no text back like, damn, that's how you feel. No, you showing how you feel. Even if it's a joke, like this is a kid game right here that you playing. Now, what would be the purpose of doing this? You didn't even mention that. It's just stupid. Like, y'all be on here playing games and talk about men and shit like y'all having so many problems, but the whole time y'all are the problem for no reason.
And the reason why you ended up with a bare minimum man is because your love language was quality time. And the
If love language was quality time, then they wasn't getting fed the bare minimum. You call it the bare minimum because your love language is material bullshit. And this is what's wrong with women like this. Like, if you actually care about a man, they'll call you a pick-me. You have to be a woman whose body is for sale. As long as a man is providing and spending money, then he can have access. You don't have to actually care about him. That's the weirdest shit in the world because it be women who care about their man and they do all of these things for them. They will do all of these things for a man and think the worst part is actually caring. Y'all backwards as fuck. This don't make no sense. I hope women ain't simple-minded enough to listen to this bullshit, but based off of the likes, yeah, they listen to anything that make them feel good, even if it's some bullshit.
And as soon as a man says it's up to you, she's already irritated. Like, you thought you was being cool and laid back. Meanwhile, she thinking, all right, he has no drive, no motivation, no opinion. Now I got to take over.
Is that what she think before she ever consider herself being considered? This is so stupid that people say this. Because if you got real life experiences, you know how dumb this shit sound. Anybody with half a brain, you ain't finna just do shit without making sure you know the person is even in a mood, first of all. I've tried this before just because people say this stupid shit. Let's go eat here. Well, actually, I was kind of thinking that's how motherfuckers are play it. You try to be like this motherfucker right here, and guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna be TikTok videos made about you, about how you inconsiderate and you don't ever put her first or allow her to make decisions. This is some dumb shit. This is some fairy tale bullshit that everybody think they want because society tell them it's supposed to be like that. It's equivalent to saying, we want flowers. That shit is so programmed. I don't even believe that shit at this point.
You know what's so sad is I grew up thinking men were great because I grew up with all boys. Like, I had all boy cousins, all my siblings are boys, and so I grew up thinking men were great. I'm gonna find my husband easily.
And that's where the problem is. These women talk about how the men in their life are so great, but then they get out into the dating world and they just are horrible at this shit. Because I don't think they take the ideas of the type of man they're around. They don't take the mentality and how the men around them treat them and match that up with the relationship. Y'all don't think it's weird how women usually have great people in their life, but the partner is the worst one? They don't tell the energy difference. And so you sit here and say shit like this, but think about it. Whatever type of man you describing, just listen. Listen to the excuses you have for them. Like, it's not even your job to be worried about them after you know what they're about. You can move on with your life, right? But instead, you know, the same thing they do right here is the same thing they do with the man. You want to stick around and try to figure out why he's that way instead of moving on and doing what's best for yourself.
But as the older I got, I want to say like around college time, I realized guys are mean and they don't want to put in the work anymore. And I just don't get it because there's so many great women out there. And guys don't want to court anymore. They don't want.
Again, y'all talk about how great y'all are, but it don't matter if you suck at dating. Like, I don't think women realize them complaining all the time don't do shit. It just let us know where they are mentally. They will be single like this woman probably is, right? But you worried about men who don't even fit the description of the type of man y'all swear y'all want to end up with. So this right here is a problem on top of the fact that you might end up with a man exactly like you talking about again. Because this is what you decide to think about with your free time. Instead of saying, you know what, this happened last time and this man was moving like this. The next guy that do that, I'll never fall for it again. Y'all don't ever think that. You just sit there and try to figure out why men are the way they are. And y'all so lazy with that. It's just say, fuck it. They all the same. They're all the same. I used to think they were nice. They're all the same. Y'all don't think that. Y'all just do the same shit.
I saw a tweet that said it's okay to struggle, but you better not be struggling with no man next to you. And amen. Amen.
You know what? We live in a world, especially a first world country, where people are so materialistic. They'll convince themselves that we struggling. And this country is also #1 for obesity. So we not struggling when it comes to survival. People are struggling when it comes to consumerism. And that's the issue. I don't even think this is a problem right here. As a man, if you're not where you want to be, you shouldn't be dating. Because this is how women feel, but they will waste your time anyway. So you most definitely not going to progress. When you think about how materialistic they are, why would you date a woman when all she going to be doing is draining your resources? All she going to be doing is trying to get you to do shit that'll take you off of your path, that'll get you distracted. All they want is to just spend money and have a good time. And that ain't a problem. Stop dating them. Stop being in relationships. Stop listening to them complain and talk about wanting a boyfriend and a husband. Because I think they really just be trying to impress other people in the meantime. Like I said before, this is not a problem unless a nigga got to find out the hard way that this is how his wife feel. Y'all just be doing shit.
All this talk about how men are providers, but I provide for my husband. I provided him with a son. I provide him with reasons to wake up in the morning. I provide him with reasons to spend money. I provide him reasons to save money. I provide him reasons to work really hard. I provide him drive. I provide him love. I provide him peace. I provide him laughter. I provide him friendship. I provide him partnership. I provide him with memory.
You just described everything that he giving you as well. It's all of the bullshit that he do for you on top of that. You know, the problem with women like this, like, they all got the same routine. Like, they sit here and tell you bullshit while they putting on their makeup. It ain't real. Because you not appreciating what this man is doing for you and the fact that maybe he really just feels something about you specifically, which is why he married you. You don't give yourself enough credit. You just try to act like this is what men do. If he's real, he'll do this. Not if you ain't real. But even in your case, it don't seem like you appreciate this man for real. So he just don't know it yet. Like, I looked through some of their content. I even found her husband. And I could kind of tell, like, this dude is innocent and you taking advantage of that. Y'all be taking advantage of people's kindness and acting like it's a weakness. And then you preach to other women and it sound manipulative more than like, I really appreciate my man and what he does. It's like, they'll just do things and they'll pay for everything and then they'll do this and they'll do that. You just sound like an ungrateful person. That's just my opinion.
I hate how I act when I like a nigga. Like, I'm actually disgusted with how I act when I like a nigga. I won't ask for shit. I will literally go out with a man and not ask for shit. I will not make him spend no money. I will spend my own. Like, there's been days that I've been outside with a man that I like and have spent over more than $200. There has. I'm not ashamed to say that. I am ashamed to say that. I mean.
So you said you realize you actually only need to date men you don't like just so you won't have to spend your money. That's the dumbest thing in the world. So it's like, you want to be a manipulator. You want to date men you don't like. Y'all want to get pregnant by men you don't like. This is why so many of y'all cheat. Y'all already do this shit. Y'all make it clear that this is what y'all doing out here when you talking about, I need a man with money and spends. Y'all date men who you don't like. Because if you actually liked a man, you wouldn't be able to do him dirty. Y'all so fucking fake. It's funny as hell to me, though. That's why all that provider shit don't mean nothing to real niggas. Because some of them dudes who don't spend no money is still smashing the girl that you niggas be paying for a turn with. But they do say it ain't yours, it's just your turn. It's just some niggas got to pay for one. It'll never be me, never had to be, and it never will be. Yeah. I mean, it's weird because those type of men Y'all stick with them. So what are you saying? Why y'all can't stick to good men? That's the real question. I'll be right back, man. I gotta find my matches. This is some bullshit. Did I let them get my lighter now? I don't know. That's why you gotta keep this shit. Man, it's been so long. Watch out. Not my fucking lighter or my matches. I don't know where you at. There you go. I found them. All this bullshit. My bad, y'all. Move. Go sit down. You didn't have to get up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. The sound is the sound cool? It don't sound like no echoes and no extra shit, do it? I should have checked that shit before I decided to go live. Damn, I'm tweaking. Because if I do this whole live and have to do it over, I'm going to be pissed off. How does shit sound, fam? Yo. I think it should be good, but I don't know. I'm going to just make 2 different lives. I'll be right back.